What's up, fam, and welcome to episode 1 of my Mule story. We'll be starting off with Mihile. I've always been super interested in this class's playstyle because of Royal Guard. Face tanking bosses while parrying their attacks instead of jumping or dashing to dodge sounds super fun, and I feel like it'd help me learn mechanics in each boss a bit more as well. This character will be in the Challenger world for now, since my strongest character is here, and I wanted to make sure I had some Meso and Nodestones to kick things off. Challenger world does come with the Terror Burn, so up to level 200, we will be gaining 2 extra levels every time we level up. Alright, first things first, let's get through the storyline. I was pretty confused until second job with the lack of an up jump. I thought since Mihile was part of the Cygnus Knights and everything, it would have an up jump attached to it, but apparently it came in second job. When we did unlock the up jump, I was generally confused as I normally play Blaster, Cannoneer, Nightwalker, and having a grounded up jump definitely hurt my soul. But being a Mihile, I don't think we need that much mobility, right? Okay, now that the initial storyline is done, we're level 40 after getting out of the starting area. I took some time here to level up my skills and claim my Challenger World box, the Burning box, and also the Vac Pet from the recent Maple memo. After a bit of setup here, it was time to go ahead and head to the theme dungeons. I think Gold Beach is the most straightforward, so that's where we're headed today. But while I was making my Lynx and Legion, I would occasionally cycle to Reina Strait or LNL Academy. So let's go ahead and get this dungeon done. Okay, so after Gold Beach, we're sitting at level 76, and it's time to go ahead and do our next job advancement. A couple of quests later, we also hit level 79. Can't forget that Cygnus Knights also come with a Chocobo, so went ahead and started that quest too. For my Link and Legion characters, I normally do another one of the theme dungeons and then grind it out to level 100. But since this is a boss mule and I do plan on playing it up to C10, I decided let's go do Afterlands and get those totems. There are a few guides out there to kind of walk you through Afterlands. Another YouTuber, Appleseed, has a great guide on here. I just used the text guide in his video description now, but the video is super helpful if it is your first run through in the Afterlands. I'll throw the link in the description if you wanted to go check that out. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, especially with Mihal's kind of clunkiness, but it's all right. We got our totems and we are now level 103. So let's go ahead and unlock fourth job. From here, I think I was trying to figure out how to unlock the Empress Prayer skill, which is basically another Hero's Echo with longer duration, and it gets rid of the level difference penalty, but it's only usable once a day. Not entirely sure where I'd be using it, but just wanted to go ahead and unlock the skill. I want to go ahead and unlock my Chocobo as well, since we were already over here. And look at this guy. After reading some more skills and putting in some keybinds, setting up my Maple Planner, it was time to push to level 200. And we'll be doing that with the Strawberry Farm. I stockpiled quite a few tickets with the banquet event going on, just kind of bought the shop out every week. I'm not planning on using all of them, as I do want to use them on some other characters as well, but does not mean I will be shy while using them. In the middle of Strawberry Farm, I realized it was 5 minutes before daily reset, so I ran out real quick to go ahead and run Zakum to try and get his boss accessories. Here's me panic leveling my skills to try and get some damage just to finish the fight, and also the worst attempt at Royal Guard you'll probably ever see, and then getting nothing. I decided to go ahead and try to run Chaos Horntail, but wasn't sure if I had the damage for it, and I definitely didn't, so exited and tried normal Horntail, where I visually did not think I could clear it in the time before reset, so went into easy Horntail, maybe, and I was like, yeah, that's enough damage. But with 7% left on the fight, reset happened and I didn't want to waste the clear on easy mode, so I left and just went ahead back to the farm. $187 after one ticket? Crazy. Don't think I'll need too many more, but we're gonna keep going because gotta get to level 200. Halfway through the second ticket, I did hit level 200 and noticed I was having trouble with one-shotting the mobs, so I went ahead and stepped out of the farm to try and get some damage. I went ahead and claimed my temporary CRA gear, plugged in my hyperstats, got the level 200 medal, and also went to go ahead and unlock 5th job. And look at that absolutely horrendous Royal Guard attempt on Magnus. Luckily, he died first. Alright, and 5th job is done. The next step here was to go ahead and unlock my Vanishing Journey symbol. So went ahead and killed the one mob needed for the first quest, and went ahead and skipped the storyline, which is an absolute godsend. Even the skip feature before, where I had to just kind of sit and wait through the summary, was kind of a pain, so this new skip feature, absolutely love it. I did set aside 5 billion meso and 500 nodes for each mule that I will be making in this series. I am not limiting their funding to that. I just wanted to give them a little boost from the start. I would probably send more nodes if I had them, but being a slightly newer account, I did use most of my nodes on my main until their nodes were maxed, so have to be a little careful with how much I send to each mule. Anyways, I went ahead and unlocked all my nodes. I took some time to find my tri nodes and did some leveling, and this is what my V matrix looked like afterwards. They look good enough for now. I think they're more than enough to reach CRA and Akechi, which will be the parking spot for most of my mules until I decide to fund them further, and we'll slowly be working up the bosses from there. I went ahead and cubed my temporary CRA gear to 6% strength as well. I wasn't going to push them much further, as I did think we were going to be able to push into real CRA gear pretty quickly. And with the 5th job skills now unlocked, I decided to go ahead and set up my skill sequences and adjust the keybinds a bit. And now it's break time. I'm gonna sit in the sauna for a while and we'll be back. And break time over. After abusing the sauna for a few hours, we did hit level 203. I went ahead and finished the previous run of Strawberry Farm, which got us to level 204. I went ahead and picked up the EXP coupons that were in the Dave the Diver shop. I looked into it a little more and realized the EXP for the mobs in Strawberry Farm stops increasing at, I think, level 219 is what I saw. So decided to go ahead and just finish out as many Strawberry Farm tickets as I could until hitting 219, and I would use the EXP coupons from there to hit level 220. Getting to level 220 with EXP coupons and Monster Park, or in this case Strawberry Farm, isn't too much of a hassle, and I think is a good stopping point for most boss mules. I will eventually get this character up to level 260 since I do want to unlock its origin skill to help once I push towards other bosses. But the grind from level 220 to 260 is not something I want to be doing manually on my boss mules, so we will be using event resources like growth pots, the EXP coupons, as well as dailies like Monster Park and Arcane River. And slowly but surely, we will get to 260. With all that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into the farm and see how far we can get. One ticket to 207, another to 209, and the third ticket brought us to 210. And now I'm starting to feel weak again as we are not one-shotting these mobs. I stepped out and went ahead and skipped through the Reverse City and Choo Choo quest lines to get some free stats from the symbols and allow me to equip a few more nodes. I went ahead and made my bossing hyperstats, and I think we're more than well equipped enough to go ahead and start fighting some of the daily bosses. to try and get some of the boss accessory set. The first boss that we are going to be going into is Zakum again to get the face and eye accessories, and luckily for us, he decided to drop both, which is huge, especially since I don't have drop rate on this character. I was not expecting too much, but getting both accessories would be a huge boost to our damage. The next boss here will be normal Magnus to try and get the shoulder and badge, but unfortunately, even after having to use my full burst to bring him down, he did not drop anything. To be expected because of my drop rate. Next up was Chaos Horntail, who has the Chaos Horntail pendant, of course, as well as the Silver Blossom ring and the earrings. And he dropped us both the earrings and the pendant. Next up was Arcarium to go ahead and get the Mechanator pendant. And what the absolute hell was this? 0 drop rate on this guy, and first Arcarium Dom pendant. Insane, absolutely insane. As my progression series goat, Holly says, mules never struggle. Yeah, I was definitely speechless after this. The next boss I'm including in our daily routine will be Von Leon. Since I used all of my event rings on my main, I will be needing to get the Noble Ifia ring to kind of fill my ring slots with rings that can gain potential. So we'll need 10 of his normal accessories to make the Noble ring. Next up is our Ranmaru. He doesn't have anything I will be using immediately, or honestly at all. I'll mainly be trying and collecting his equipment to use as fodder for my Abso gear later on. The most important piece will be his cape, as the gloves, shoulder, and shoes can come from the CRA and Magnus shops as well. Next up was normal Pink Bean to try and get his belt, which luckily again dropped for us. This character seriously just hitting everything he needs right away. I wasn't going to include Hilla in our bosses, but because Pink Bean didn't drop a cup for us, I went ahead and fought Hilla to get the pocket stone that she drops as well. I grabbed a trait boost potion from the Morningstar shop so that we could unlock the pocket slot, which requires level 30 charm, and also went and grabbed a Dave Android from the Dave the Diver shop, and also grabbed a matching fit. I also decided to claim the 3 pets from the RP shop, and yeah, now we're fitted. With all that, a couple more slots that we need to fill. One will be getting the ring from New Leaf City, or NLC. Just 3 quick kill quests to go ahead and grab that ring. and now we have another ring that is potable. The last two pieces I needed to finish out my equip slots were the pencilier gloves and the shoes. So went to Moon Bunnies to go ahead and grab those real quick. All right, now that I have all the pieces of equipment that I think I can get right now, I went ahead and grabbed some stamps, potential scrolls, and cubes from my other characters, and it's time to go ahead and upgrade all my gear. I used the unique scroll that I had on my emblem since I do plan on pushing it to legendary eventually. I went ahead and cubed it, and the goal here was to at least just get the first line as attack. And luckily ended up with an attack line with strength, which we'll take for now. I do plan on getting the Princess Snow secondary later on, so I decided to keep my Frozen secondary at Epic for now, and the goal was to get a 6% attack line, and luckily enough, we also hit an IED line alongside it. The goal for the rest of my equipment was to just hit at least one line of stat on the first line, which would be 3% at rare or 6% at epic. After getting all my potentials done, I went ahead and star forced everything up to 12 and went ahead and used all my event flames to just get any usable flames on all my equipment. After finishing all of my gear upgrades, here's what everything looks like. And with all of that, we are now at 1.1 mil combat power. From here, the next goal will be to push to level 220. And again, we'll be doing that through the strawberry farm. So we'll go ahead and get that started. So after a few rounds of Strawberry Farm, we are now level 219. I do have 15 tickets left over, but I do want to save them for the next boss mule I will be making soon. I decided to go ahead and do my arcane dailies to see how far it would push me, and also went ahead and did Monster Park. The dailies and Monster Park did not push me all the way to 20, but I still had my leftover EXP tickets, so went ahead and just used those to reach our final goal for now. And just like that, we're level 220 and have access to Latch Line. I went ahead and expanded all of the slots in my inventory because it was bothering me. I don't really think this character will need too much of it, but I just wanted to see them open. From here, we went ahead and did the Latch dailies and the weeklies to go ahead and boost my arcane force and get some more stat. I realized I never fixed my inner ability, so I grabbed a legendary circulator from the event store and also bought some circulators from the cash shop. And on the 6th circulator, we hit 20% boss damage. So we will save the other circulators for my next boss mule. And after all of those upgrades, we are now sitting at 1.6 million combat power. I don't think there is any other upgrades I can make at this time, so it's time to go ahead and limit test on our weekly bosses. As we climb up the boss ladder here, we are starting off with Chaos Zakum. Went down pretty easily. Nothing here I was looking for really, so moved on to Hard Magnus. Hard Magnus did drop the Tyrant Cape as well as the badge, which are direct upgrades over what I had already. So I went ahead and put a potential on the cape real quick, and it tiered up to epic, so settled on the 6%. And as we keep going, the next boss was Hard Hilla and Cygnus, which also were pretty easy fights. The next boss here is Pink Bean, and luckily enough, he dropped me a cup. Next up was the first 3 doors of CRA, which honestly was a lot easier than I was expecting. Next up here is Chaos Papillatus. And here I definitely realized I don't have the hands to do this on my Mihile yet. So I stepped out and went to go do Chaos Vellum. It did push me down to 1 life, but we were able to get the clear. The next couple bosses I wanted to go ahead and try were Princess Snow, and honestly, without a pink bean soul, sitting here fighting these mobs took so long. But at the end of the day, was not a bad fight at all, and we are on our way to unlocking our Princess Snow secondary. The next boss on the list was Golux. I definitely didn't think I had the CP to be fighting hard or hell mode, so I went ahead and killed 2 body parts to do normal and absolutely blew that shit up. Whoops. I guess we'll try hard tomorrow. I went ahead and made my real CRA top, bottom, and hat. Afterwards, I decided to go ahead and push my emblem and the hat to legendary, since Mihile is a cooldown hat class. With the rest of my bright cubes, I decided to go ahead and cube the top and bottom to see if I can push them to unique or legendary. The top went 2-line strength on tier up because my Mihile is a lucker dog for real. My pants went up pretty quickly as well. Getting 4 pieces to legendary in 61 cubes is insane work. I went ahead and bought some glowing cubes, and what the heck, man, 4 cubes to hit my cooldown hat. This is crazy. I wanted to go ahead and try and get 2 useful lines on my emblem, which landed on attack and IED, which is an easy settle for now, since I'm already able to clear the bosses I need to at this point. Afterwards, I decided to go ahead and use the rest of the cubes on my bottom, and I still had some leftover cubes, so I decided to go ahead and push my hat to see if I could get -2 along with some stat on my hat. And what the heck? Oh, this class. Anyways, we're gonna keep rolling these cubes and see what else we can get. I went ahead and rolled my emblem again for some reason. And it hit 2-line attack. This class is stupid. I went ahead and sent all of the CRA gear to 12 star and bought some flames to push them to at least 50 stat equivalents. At this point, I had 1 bill left of the 5 bill I initially sent over and said, might as well. Let's push my gear to 15 star. And with that, we are now sitting at 15 star CRA gear and whopping 2.1 million combat power. With the gains that we have made, it was time to go ahead and see if we could clear CPAP, which I should be able to even earlier, since we cleared Vellum, but the extra stat should help. And with the extra stat and me playing a little better, we were able to clear Chaos Pap a lot easier now. So with that fight being pretty easy, I decided to go ahead and push to the last limit test for this character and went to go fight Akechi. That definitely wasn't the smoothest or the quickest run in the world, but very doable. And just like that, we have an Akechi Mule. I definitely didn't think we'd get there that fast, but I will take that. If I don't send any more money to this character and use it strictly as a boss mule, it pays itself back in 4 more weeks. But that's fine. I have already considered the 5 bill a sunken cost. And the goal is to progress all my mules to C10E anyways, so we will be funding it more as needed. Anyways, this video has been long enough. One video, one Akechi mule. That's crazy. And story progress does slow down a lot from here, so not entirely sure when I'll have enough content for a second episode with how much we got done already. So next episode to be determined. If you made it all the way here, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Are the videos too long with too much downtime? Or if there's anything in particular you would like to see moving forward. And if you want to tag along for the rest of the series and see what other mules I'll be making, please consider subscribing. Anyways, again, thank you so much. I'll catch you next time. Peace.